Shalom, shalom. Allah Yamla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakaha, Kodash. This is Brother Tazom Kabara coming at you from the Prophets in Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. And I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone to teach and rule well. Peace and salutations be to the hopeful elect. I'm be going in on a quick hit about the flower of a woman's age. Because there are many that actually stumble at this breakdown, and they stumble at the flower of a woman's age, period. Okay, and I'll tell you the reason why, as well as giving you the breakdown of this scripture. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it with the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 36. So it says, "But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin," okay, what does it mean toward his virgin? All right, back in the day when we had our own land and we had our own laws, okay, this was our law, okay. So back in the day when we had our own land, we understood very well that if a man bore a daughter, okay, if a man through his woman bore a daughter, okay, he would come to know that she was what? His possession. But if a man bore a son, then the son would be his successor, okay, someone who would inherit all the things that he had labored, you know. But a woman is a possession. Okay, you have a female child, you can sell her off and get a hefty price for her. But also, men would seek to marry into, when we would also give our daughters into marriage through, as for like covenants, peace treaties, things of such nature. You want shared land. Such things as those is where the daughters will be given into marriage. Okay, because it even like you pretty much be like bonding two families together through the daughter. All right. But a woman, while she is of unmeritable age, before she's able to marry, she is of her father's household. Yo, I'm doing a lesson right now. You wanna do the lesson with me, King?
Huh?
You wanna come do this lesson with me?
What you doing next one?
Flower of a woman's age. I'm recording right now. Alright, you can grab some precepts for me if you can. So it says, this is Brother Amon, by the way. Go ahead.
Shalom, Hakim. But I'm one.
So, I'll restart from the top. It says the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, and verse 36. "But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin," okay, and when a man will have a virgin, that's just going into him buying another man's daughter, okay, because you could buy another man's daughter off at a young age, they will sell them at a young age. And then when they hit the flower of their age, which is what? Their period. When a woman will hit puberty, then you're able to go into them. But they will sell them off. They will sell their daughters off at young ages, because if they had not done so, the woman would grow up to be a harlot. Because she's going to end up, as soon as she hit the flower of her age, she's going to start getting hot. Like a female dog, when she has a period, she gets in heat. She becomes in heat. And before you know it, she's running all around the neighborhood. And we're going to get into that too. All right. This is why the scriptures likens the woman to a female dog.
Can you grab it?
Oh, sure.
What's that?
A shameless woman should be counted as a dog. Let's see. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 25.
Ecclesiasticus?
Yep, 26 and 25. So this is why the scriptures likens the woman, a shameless woman, to a female dog. Okay, what's a dog? What's a female dog? A bitch. What we call today a bitch, man. So that's why a woman, hey man, you a bitch. Get out my face, bitch. Because you know what? It's just the Lord putting those bywords on these women, man.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 25. It says, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord Yahweh Shai.
So a shameless woman gonna be counted as a dog. So like the analogy, a female dog hits the flower of her age and she gets out there and starts hoeing because she's in heat. So these women become in heat naturally when they hit the flower of their age. That's why we set up laws against that, So a part of our law was a woman could marry at the age of 12, which is the average age a woman gets her period, so that she wouldn't, become a harlot. And this is how we were able to prevent harlots. But we here in Babylon, the mother of all harlots, this is the land where they promote that stuff. So they, promote marriage at the age of, they say you can marry at the age of 18 and up, man. They say you become an adult at the age of 18 and up, man. You can go bring it up, King.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 25, verse 20. Verse 25, it says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad. Right, because this place, America, known as today, man, the woman, she's given liberty to get abroad.
That's
throughout
right.
The liberties that Esau has given her.
That's right.
She has this feminine movement. The women have these high celebrities to promote these things. You see, everything that these women have is ultimately built for them to do what they want to do. You see, because a woman that would stay in the house, for an example, she's young, she don't really go outside as much. Once that time of month come to that flower blooming, she starts to get curious. She starts to seek out certain things. Before you know it, she starts to ask permission to go out. And a protective father, he might give her a little chance to, all right, well, you don't really do much. She get out. Before you know it, she end up doing something that's completely out of the ordinary.
That's right.
And she keeps getting in the habit of doing those things. And that's a light unto these generation of females now, man. Saying they are easily to be beguiled into doing anything at this point.
Yeah.
So that's why the scripture says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad, because these women will naturally start to take advantage of these things.
That's right.
And they'll get out of the ordinary, and before you know it, she doing something off. You see, that was it on that.
Yeah, man. So, the brother said it. What they do here in Babylon is they give the woman liberty, or they give the water passage, Salakia. Because even in hardcore bondage and slavery, that tradition was still kept, where a woman could marry off when she hit the flower of her age, man. You see that in watching that movie, Saying Goodbye, Uncle Tom. All right, the women were marrying at age 13, at young ages as those, because if they get old enough, if you don't marry them, if they're not given to a man, they're going to go and seek a man, and hey, whoever they're throwing it at, they're going to catch it, So it goes back to 1 Corinthians 7:36. But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely towards his virgin, okay, so like the woman, say a young woman that you bought off or was given to you, you behaving yourself uncomely towards your virgin, like you feeling like, hey man, I want to pop her. It says if she passed the flower of her age, meaning what? If she has already had her first period, okay, that's passing the flower of her age. All right, if you can't do nothing with her if she has not had her period yet, okay? It says, and need so require, meaning what? And what? She feeling you too, and you feel like you need to do it. It says, let him do what he will. He sinneth not. Let them marry. Okay, so a man may be keeping his virgin to, back then some men may have kept their virgin to a certain age, because they felt like that they were more ripe at that age, or they were more ready at that age, whatever age they felt like it. But hey, the scripture tells you here, as according to the law, if she passed the flower of her age, if she had gotten her first period, she's of meritable age, and everything else is up to you after that, man. Whether you want to marry her then or marry her later, it's up to you. But you're gonna have trouble with her because what? She's now in heat, and whatever woman sees, she's gonna run to it. You got that drink of every fountain, so lucky.
Drink of every fountain.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it on that. It says, he sinneth not. So like it says, let him do what he will, he sinneth not, let them marry. Okay, so you got to understand something. Esau set it up to where, and I'm gonna grab it in the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. So they have come together with all these other nations, and they thought of ways of destroying Israel as a nation. And they these people had to study us, man. So they had to say, okay, look at their laws. How these laws is really what keep them in order. Look at how they uphold themselves. Look at how they live. Let's come for that, And it even tells you back in the book of I believe it was Judith. So like you correct me if I'm wrong. Back in the book of Jude, I think it was Jude or Judith, where the heathens were observing our ways, and they were waiting for us they were waiting for the Shabbat day so they can overtake us. And even when they were watching us, they would observe to see if we were serving other gods or if we were committing sin, because they knew that the Lord would not be there with us and they will overtake us. So it says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And one of the crafty counsel one of the things, the plans that they came up with in crafty counsel was abolishing that law to where you could marry a woman at the age of 12. And then they labeled it pedophilia. Okay, they labeled it rape. Such things as this, because that was put in order so that they can destroy the woman. If they can, if they can take the woman away from the man, if they could divide the household and the structure of order, then they could destroy us as a people. So it says, and consulted against thy hidden ones. So adultery became a very, very outrageous thing amongst Israel, and still is today, because it was a tactic set up to destroy our people. Back then, adultery was a thing as well, but in our land, it wasn't as common because we had consequences for those things. But here, there is no consequence, man, for committing adultery. If you get married according to the system, and you commit that woman commits adultery, and you try to take her to court, you really can't do nothing against her, man. She's not gonna get jail time for committing adultery. She's not gonna get stoned to death for committing adultery. Neither is the man. All right. If you want to divorce this woman and put her away, you have to pay even more, man. You have to pay a hefty load of money for marrying in this system and divorcing in this system, man. So the way that these things are set up, it's set up to destroy us, man. Okay. So like you can bring that up. You can break it down too, King.
It says Ecclesiastes 26 verse 12. It says, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain and drink of every water near her.
Look at the thirsty traveler, man. Imagine traveling through a desert and you haven't had water in a day and a half or 2 days, and you're like, damn, I need water. As soon as you see a fucking water faucet, you go to ham on that water faucet. This is what this scripture is saying what a woman's doing. She's opening her mouth. Let's lucky. Go ahead, King.
By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. And if you look at the modern day situation of that, is these women nowadays, man. They're women. They sleep with multiple men. They over here with this man, the next minute they over there with that man. They got multiple options. You see, these women, okay, they do these things coming in that same spirit that the scripture says, man. You see, she openeth her mouth as a thirsty traveler with when he hath found a fountain and drink of every water near her. And that's these women, man. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. And scripture speaks for itself, man. That's what's going on today. Once again, man. All right, these women have that liberty.
Yeah. And you look at it like the thirsty traveler, man. And the comparison of the woman opening her mouth. You look at a dog, when the dog's thirsty, they got their tongue out, man. And the woman loves to stick her tongue out in these pictures they take, and even in the bedroom, the woman gonna stick her tongue out because that woman's, that's how she is as an adulterous woman. And open her quiver against every arrow, man. So what? She sucking and fucking, man. You look at the quiver and an arrow. The quiver is a holster for the arrows, man. The holster you put in your back and you stick your arrows inside of. It's the same thing with a woman opening her legs and she's taking rods inside of her, man. And it says against every arrow. So she ain't sparing nothing, man.
Hey, man. And hey, like the brother said, man, sorry to be so plain with it, but that's what it is, man.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, these women are coming in that same spirit. Okay? And it has to be known, you see?
Yeah. So that this is the reason that this is happening is because of the maritable age here, the laws that they placed here. When you can actually have a woman, you can't even buy or sell a woman. That shit was done away with. All that was done away with, man. And this is how we kept order in our land. But Esau is such a backward ass retard that he has no order, man. There's no order set up in his land. This land is literally called Babylon, the land of confusion. So this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. So a woman starts becoming a harlot. She get more than one body. She starts to pick up on skills on how to lure in men. So she starts looking at men certain ways,
Enticing them.
Yep, enticing. She starts seducing men, but just by moving their eyelids a certain way, man. They even get the lashes done so that they can make their eyelids look heavier, so they can boast in their adulterous and haughty looks, man.
That's right. The scripture goes into how they with the haunty eyes, You see, these women, man, they wear certain, like the brother was saying, they wear certain clothes, they do certain things to be provocative, okay, of inducing you to whatever desirements that they require from you. Go ahead.
And it goes on, it reads, verse 10, it says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Okay. Ooh. So and a man, he'd have a woman, and she'd pretty much be considered like his daughter, man. And even a man's actual daughter that coming from his seed line, he had to be strict upon her. You had to be strict upon the woman and keep her in the house. Okay. You're a woman outside. You see these women nowadays. I see it all the time in my neighborhood, man. Woman coming outside to check the mailbox. They barely got any fucking clothes on. Pretty sure they got whole husbands inside the house. You supposed to keep the woman in straightly if she be shameless, man. She has no shame in her game. She has no shame in showing off her body, her skin. Okay, there's no shame. There's no shame in her game of showing off her body and her curves, So she goes outside and showing it to the world, and this is her beacon,
Yeah, if I'm gonna add, a father with his daughter, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna raise her up right. He gonna tell her ways and this and that, how to pretty much be, man. You see, and a lot of these females don't have that, man. A lot of these females just, they have it. Even if they do have it, under the vibration that these men are under, not even themselves can grasp that masculine of discipline and straightness and forwardness of how things should be in the household,
Right.
But for that example, a father that is like that, he gonna tell her, hey, he gonna tell her the right way, how to be, how to dress. Hey, you ain't from walking outside wearing all that. Go change your clothes, And she gonna, if she, right, you gonna do right, man.
That's right.
She gonna know how to go about things, because she was given a straight way of discipline and correction.
Yeah. And that's beautiful because a woman needs a fatherly figure. A son needs a fatherly figure. The fatherly figure is that image that the household should be following after. There's no dad in the household, then the children are gonna follow after the mother. And a woman is the wicked vessel.
That's right.
She's able to be deceived and manipulated. That's why a lot of Israelites grow up under their mother. They done got that damn shot, man. Because the mother had told them to get it, man. But if they had any kind of structure or order, and not only that, our men are off too. You know, 2/3 of our people, our men are off too, man. Now they getting this. Now they listening to the woman because what Esau destroyed the order of the household, man.
Right.
Or as the brother was saying, though, man, it's beautiful that he said that, made that analogy because it's a brother named Ariah in our camp, man. And his brother's a beautiful brother. He's hilarious, man. He's like, he's a young brother, so he's still in school, and he's like, man, these women. I'm just observing these women in school, and they're all fatherless. And what he means by that is they're shameless, man. These women have no shame in their game. They have no morals or even discipline, man. They have no shame. A woman's supposed to be shamefaced, man. You know, they're supposed to want to hide their courage, but these women are loud. You know, they're obnoxious. They're haughty. You know, they're whorish. These are the kind of women that will make it seem like they don't have a father. That's why I said these women are fatherless, man. You know, fatherless children, because they have no order, guidance, or structure, man. So these women go out there and they abuse themselves. And it says it in the scripture, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. And that word straitly goes into strict. So you have to be strict upon her, man.
That's
You
right.
can't just be letting her do whatever the hell she wants. You got to watch her before she go out there and check the mailbox, man. I got a female dog and I let her outside. I give her an inch. She takes it a mile. This bitch climbing through holes in the fence and talking to the male dogs all around the neighborhood, you know. And that's just what a woman's going to do if you're not keeping her in strictly. And if you limit what she can do, then you can control whether she grows up to be a harlot or grows up to be a shamefaced woman fearing the Lord. It says, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. What's liberty? Freedom. Through too much freedom, she going to abuse herself. You're supposed to be strict on this woman, but Esau's given labels on these words. He's made it, he's demonized these words. He calls it controlling. You know, now you feel bad when a woman say, you too controlling. What the fuck? You're supposed to be controlling. If I'm not controlling, then other niggas gonna be controlling you. They're gonna be controlling those love handles when they back there, man. You know? So you're supposed to be controlling upon you. Well, don't let a woman say, oh, you insecure. That's another word of to demonize the order that the Lord has set up for us, man, and for our nation and for our people. Okay? You too insecure. And then they belittle you. These women will belittle you with these words. But you know, what does it mean to be insecure over what's yours? It's okay to be overprotective over what's yours, man.
Your possession.
It's your possession. That's right. Because it's something that, you know, back then in the day, it would be something that we paid for. Be something that we labored for, man. You know, that's a part of our heritage, man, is our woman. You know, and if another man touching on my possession that I don't even know, I've never heard of this man before, and he's sleeping with my woman, I'm gonna have a problem, man. Hey, what the hell? So you gotta understand there's law set up for these things that goes against everything. That's why a man will naturally go to the lengths of killing another man for touching his possession, his woman. So it goes on, watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. So don't be surprised your woman trespass against you, man. Okay, it says she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain and drink of every water near her. By every hedge she will open down. Come on, we just brought this out. But hey man,
That's the spirit. The spirit.
hey, that's pretty much that's the point. We hit the point with that. I'm gonna bring this 1 Corinthians out. You got any more scriptures?
Nah, that was it, King.
I'm gonna bring this 1 Corinthians out one more again, and we're gonna close it out with that. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 36. But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin, not that nigga's virgin, not this nigga's virgin. Because once a woman leaves her dad's household, she can't go back to that household no more. She belongs to her man. And if she returns to her dad's household, even that is considered adultery. Okay? Because what? Now she's returning to the previous head. You know, she's returning to a body that she used to be a part of, and she's not a part of that body anymore. That's another thing. You got to understand the structure of the household. I'll probably do a quick hit of that as well, because a quick snippet of that quick hit is this, man. A father, when a man has, for example, my dad and my mom, when I was living with them, I was a part of their household. But when I left and moved and married another woman, that became my household. So I'm no longer a part of, my dad's and mom's household anymore, because I have my own household. You know, nevertheless, there's still my parents, my mother, and my dad. I still pay them due respects, and I still honor them, man. You know, so that's what we really gonna go into on that lesson of the structure of the household, the order of the household and things and such. But back to the topic, it says if she passed the flower of her age, so if she already had her first period, you can't lay with the woman while she's on her period, because even then, back in the day, we had laws on that too. When a woman's on her period, she tends to be more in heat. She tends to be what's a not so blunt word, frisky. So frisky is when a woman is more turned on. She's more turned on when she's on that time of month, man. So she's gonna try to lay with you while she's leaking, and she's actually very unclean. So we kept the woman away, and we back then we kept the woman away in tents, and they had their own tent. They would dwell in there 14 days, 7 days for the time of her period, and 7 days after. Just to make sure that shit's completely gone, man. They would dwell in that tent because this woman's unclean. She's liable to go off. It's expected at that point. Because the woman, she's leaking, she's having pains in her stomach, she's in a period where she's getting punished from what she did in the garden with the serpent. Okay, so it's saying if she passed the flower of her age and need so require, let him do what he will, he sinneth not, so it's not a sin. We know that it is not against the law the Lord has given us. Let them marry. All right, so are you guys out there that thinking that's wicked? It's because you have a westernized mindset, and I'm not saying that I'm going to go out there and look for a 12-year-old woman. It's too late for that. My mind has been westernized, and it's weighing down to where my mind's been westernized. So it's like, hey man, I'm not going to go out there and look at this little girl, man. I can't see it like that anymore. Nevertheless, this is the truth, and this is how things work and how it's supposed to be. It's not like you don't see us men of the Lord going out there looking for 12-year-old women. That's not the case. So they go and start labeling these men the words that Esau given them to label men of such nature, man. But this is actually a righteous thing and how things were supposed to be. So with that, you got anything you wanted to add, King?
No, that was it, King.
With that, I truly hope this lesson was edifying to you, Akim and Akwathium, who listen to truth and sincerity. So next time, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash. Shalom.
Shalom.